Welcome to ISIS in the Bible Spring Gathering, week number 5. Happy Easter. The question for today is it good to ask questions or just have faith? Well, when two or more come together with awareness, it's not just conversation. It's a field forming. Like the ancients taught, the value isn't in the words alone, but in the coherence between us. That coherence is what reveals truth. Glad you can gather with us. So much going on in the sky on April the 15th, as we spoke about in other videos. This is the true Easter, when the mother rises with the sun in the east. And as you can see, it's the beginning of Aries, because it was exactly on the Aries point 3 years ago on April 15th, 2023. So what's so special about the essence of this Easter? Well, that's what you got to look what's happening in the sky with this Annapurana, meaning when all planets are on one side of the chart, and you have a couple planets ruling the chart, which is Pluto and Juno, which we know from the past meeting that they will be doing a retrograde dance, and we'll follow that closely as we get there. And also the black moon, which gives deep spiritual signs, is in Scorpio. So the head and the tail of the snake is watching over. So while Mother Mary is looking over all the people, the Pluto, God the Father, and Juno, Mary Magdalene, those two essences, the divine masculine within each and every one of us, making sure that everything aligns with Mother Nature and we achieve equity. No more profit. It's all gone, folks. And Juno, Nephthys, Mary Magdalene, she is the nurturing one. She'll be going retrograde, so watch for skin breaks. Watch for signs of skin breaks on the earth, volcanic eruptions. Of course, those are always going on, and she's at play. Happy Easter, knowing that the essence is protection of love and us becoming equity. Everyone equal. So let's show you the stations of the cross are a calendar of events. Remember, calendar is another word for Kali and Era, and Kali is another word for Mary or Isis. So these events that happen in the stars, specifically the Mother Mary and you. So this is a little short clip on the stations of the cross. Of course, we know the one that happened on April 15th, 2023, where the phoenix rose, Revelation 12:1. Now a sign appeared in the heavens, a woman clothed with the sun with the moon at her feet. So we just want to show you how long this lasts now. So from 2023, it's going to go to 2137. It was a station of the cross of Taurus. So 114 years, 3 years have gone by. So we have 111 more years of all kinds of signs that you were being induced by love, and we're going to equity. Again, one love, one planet, one earth. There is going to be no separationism. We're immigrating people all over the world. We are sharing from all over the world. It's a small earth now. So it's ready for us to let go of corporations. No more control. The prodigal sons and daughters have to come home. So 111 years, it won't stop till we get it. So you might as well jump in that level now. And just to show you that the stations of the cross. So then the next one, Gemini, because Taurus would have started in 2137, and then now in 2188, that would be the station of the cross called Gemini, 51 years later. So 2188. And we'll talk about that when we get there. Of course, we'll be here. And then moving into Cancer in 2212. So that's the stations of the cross. So this is the radio station, like WKRP in Cincinnati. This is ISIS on Earth. So what happened on Easter, April 15th, 2026? She's always leaving us signs like she did in 2023 with the floods. So this spiritual flood she's really showing herself. So remember, the black hole is represented by the North Node, which is that symbol on the back of the cobra, which is eclipses you, just like this symbol eclipses the sun and the moon in astrology. So in Saipan, Northern Mariana Islands, there was a typhoon that stalled for 6 hours over that. And we're going to show you how that was absolutely tied to this Easter event. So from this beautiful sister here, found out that storm actually happened. All right. That's from On the Pulse with Silky, I think that's the way you pronounce her name. So she said the eye of the strongest storm on Earth stayed over the U.S. Mariana Islands, usually long. So it was there for 6 hours, like I said. We have a short video clip here for you of what happens. Well, you can see when it started, the beginning of the stall, Eris and the sun were rising. This is the location over here in Saipan, the Northern Mariana Islands. It was very extreme, that typhoon. It reached category 5 strength, winds up to 185 miles per hour. It was on April the 15th. This super typhoon devastated Saipan and parts of Tinian, Rota, and Guam after slowing to just 5 miles per hour, prolonging destructive winds, flooding, and major damage. The eye stalled over the islands for about 6 hours. Note that midpoint of the 6 hours, 9 a.m., the North Node was aligned the exact location. So we're going to show you that. So again, 6 a.m., Eris, the Phoenix rising was lined with the sun, rising in the east. So this place got to witness that, rising in the east. And then watch. Okay, so we'll play this video here. So Northern Mariana Islands, on April 15th, 2026, the true Easter. She's showing herself. So this is the location. We're moving it by 3 hours. And you can see right at that time, the North Node, the eye of the storm, this is the black hole in the sky. You remember that black hole in the sky? Right. That's the cobra. And at the end of the peak, Mother Mary was right over top. So that whole stall was there, folks, over top. Again, so at the beginning of the 6 hour stall was rising in the east. And then at the midpoint, the peak of the stall was right over top of that location. You can see that. And we know that this North and South Node is black holes, is the eclipse, that which eclipses the sun and the moon, the Rahu Ketu that the Indians called it. So it's 100% all there, folks. And then at the end, when Mary and the sun was on the midheaven, over top of that location was the end of the stall, the 6 hour stall. This is the signs she gives us. This is the beginning, folks. We got 111 more years for us to get it, to understand it, and to stop being the prodigal sons and daughters and wanting it all now, and to share the lands. It's upon us. There is no choice. This is the true weather forecast. So again, right at that time, at the midpoint peak of the stall, the black hole in the sky was aligned that location. But on top of that, look at the part of fortune. The part of fortune is that symbol for the Immaculate Conception, something being birthed. And every time there's something major going on, Hamel and Shadar, so when there's earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, these two stars are somehow always involved. And then also the 4 royal stars. Look at that. Aldebaran and Antares. There's a reason why we track these 4 royal stars, because they're involved. They're part of the release of energies, they're bringing things back to stillness. All right, we're being trained, we're being shown. Also on the bottom of the chart, you can see that the South Node was aligned Castor. That's the mortal one. The mortal one's being affected, being shown. And then the antipode for that location, okay? Because this rotates, so there's a spot on the Earth and a spot in the sky, and that antipode was also aligned with Castor. So these beautiful energies are always there. So we did this beforehand, before going to look, before the 15th, went look to see at which locations we'd be watching it rise in the east, west, south. And these were the locations. As you can see, the midheaven was there. But we wanted to go see if we could pre-predict which locations would hit. Well, these locations on that day, there was a earthquake in Costa Rica of 5.9 and the Bay of Bengal of M7.4. So we're starting to tune in. We missed the one where the North Node is going. So that's something we're going to be looking at. We're going to be following closer because we're going to try to predict where these storms are going. Because they are predictable, because we can see them. The severity of them depends on where our heart's at. Where are we at with clearing our muddy waters? If we clear our muddy waters, no more karma, then the storms will be very less calming versus taking down what man has built. The fall of Babylon, what goes out must come in. So in Windsor, or where we were at the exact time of the exact alignment of Easter, the 2 a.m., we had this massive, so the exact alignment was 1:45 a.m. At 2 a.m., this storm went through, and we heard the first crack, a great big thunder. So this rolled through. That energy was present for us here, 100%. We'd love to hear what everybody else got to see and hearing. So as you know, we've been talking about the Lyrids, because right now the Lyrids is peaked today. The April 25th, the Lyrids are peaked. What does that mean? Well, Lyrids is for Lyra, and what's the brightest star in Lyra? It's Vega. And Vega, as we've mentioned before, is also the falling vulture. It's been called the harp star, but the vulture makes a whole lot of sense now because we've been shown exactly what it means. So a bird asked me to go look up to the sky. So early in the morning on Thursday, April the 9th, and I seen that the moon was going to align Vega at 3:36 p.m. I set an alarm. Later that day, had visitors come over, Kathy's aunts and uncles. At 3:26, I went outside while they were here just to see what I could see. I went in the backyard and I saw a vulture fly by. I thought, okay, that's pretty cool. It lines up. I went back inside, and then exactly at the alarm, 3:36, when the moon was exactly aligned Vega, I was called to go outside. I went back outside. I went out the front door and I looked up, and way up high in the sky, almost you couldn't see her, but you could. There was a vulture exactly overhead, on top of my head, right straight above me, was a vulture soaring there without moving. In other words, it made sure that it stayed right over top of me exactly at that time. This is how we get trained, folks. Vega is Vesta. So Vesta is the wandering star. Vega is her star, this fixed star. It's beautiful, folks. We're getting spoken to. This is the light language. This is the language that will always guide us home. What we speak in is babble and belief systems, but Mother Nature is always going to show us the truth. And this is what Lyrids is about. Those aren't rocks burning through space. That's stillness, a lifetime, and back to stillness again. We'll always go from womb to womb and being in the light, in illumination. So what you're witnessing is people transferring from womb to womb. That's the truth. That's what's really happening. And so these memories in the waters, these Lyrids, are showing themselves to us by teaching us exactly what this essence is in the sky. It's invigorating. Okay, this sister has a beautiful little video clip on saying how synchronistic the eye is with the firmament. Check this out.
This is the video that got me banned. I'm going to show you what the realm is, because we are in the eye of God. We are made in the image of God, and I'm going to show you. So, down here is an eye. You can hear that coming. That's what I just got. But anyways, this is an eye. Okay? This is the eyeball. This is the pupil. Little black dot, that's the pupil. Around that is the iris, the green, that's the iris. Outside of that is called the cornea. It's the lens. This is the land. This is the black, the center, the monopole of our plane. And then this is the firmament. This is the optic nerve, where all the scripts come from. Our genome, all the scripts, all of the happening, all of the possibilities that could happen play out from within our genetic scripts. It plays, oh, sorry, wrong way. All of the possibilities play out through the lens, through the roots, and into the eye, out through the eye, and into the holographic reality. Do you see this now? This is an eye. This is the cornea, the corona, where we get crowned with the atomic Godhead consciousness. This is the pupil. Here, down here, the black rock, the magnetic monopole that used to have the tree of life. This is the iris, where you see the rainbows from the lens, the refractal, the fractalization of light. All the scripts play from within our DNA. They are projected from inside the mind, the logos, which means the mind of God, of creation. From the hell realms, the sexual, sensual realms, the personal eye, the solar plexus, the causal plane, the buddhic, throat chakra, the atomic, and the monadic, and outside. In here, all the light, just like in your eye, in our eye, we don't see, we perceive, we project. We take in information, like a camera takes a picture and the lens, and it's reversed, and it's upside down. And when we look at something, it's reversed and it's upside down. And we take it in and we project it right side up into our reality. That's what's happening. The light comes from within. The perception comes from within. It's projected out through the one white light, through the one, into Polaris. And then it's expressed out through the cosmic triangle. Okay, Ursa Major, Pleiades, and Sirius. That's the cosmic triangle. And the rays from Ursa Major, the seven Rishi, the Elohim, the builder rays, the cosmic rays, the seven cosmic rays, send out their light to the 88 constellations, just like you have the 88 keys on a keyboard. These are tones, these are frequencies, these are colors, the many emanations and combinations, tones, okay? They're emanated through fractalization, through a lens. It's fractal lens perception. It's fractalized, and it is expressed through our genome, right here. We are plasma beings. 98% of our DNA is plasma. Okay? The sun and the moon are both plasma. The moon is cold plasma, the sun is hot plasma. The sun and the moon both charge us. Okay? The sun charges us. The planets also get charged, and they represent our energy centers. We have to align our chakras, our energy centers, our planets, so that we're running the script. We come in on the sine wave, in sin, talks about it. We come in in sin, on the sine wave. Okay? This is the cosmic frequency that is connected and playing out. All is already done. All is just being played out. It is the cosmic dream, dreaming itself awake. It's gone into its lowest state, just like you've gone into your darkest places, and then it rises back up and it awakens within the collective. That takes our frequency from the shadow-based frequency, the low flashpoint sequencing, light. We are fission and fusion of light and minerals. Okay, so we get charged. Our plasma body. This is a little dude. Okay, little plasma dude I drew. That's us. All right, this little double helix dude right here. Okay, we get charged, and we project onto this hologram based on the frequency of our genetic scripts. And when we heal our karma, which is action and memory stored in the body, like you store memory into a cloud, you to cloud, your body to cloud, and it stores memory. Whenever you heal your karma, the actions of your ancestors and you rewrite it, because you are the actor, the director, and the writer of the scripts. And it's for us to take control, take our power, and rewrite our genetic scripts. Okay, to get in alignment with divine harmony, with the harmony of the spheres. And so we're down here in our expression, and we are projecting and only seeing what we see is the RBG, the red, blue, green. That's what our eyes see. But when we elevate our frequency and we activate the crown and the pineal, the pituitary, the fission, the fusion of the crystals that are in our brain, we start receiving our energy. Our antenna starts to receive the unbridled, pure frequency. Okay, that's above the mental and the astral plane. Okay, that's above these expressions, energy fields within your own auric field. And you start seeing the ultraviolet spectrum. You start seeing the plasma. You start breathing in more plasma. You take in the prana, which is all the inert gases that are in the atmosphere. You breathe in more inert gases, and it expands your consciousness. It expands your aura. It expands your sense of self-awareness, and you become more connected and grounded into the God self. Okay? So when we heal the genetic script and we get our energy, our chakras in alignment, then we no longer operate from a low fission and fusion flashpoint sequencing. Our DNA, our light, we are light. We are plasma, we are light. We don't fizz and fuse like womp, 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 womp. We go voo, 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 voo. We become nuclear, atomic structure. Because we have trillions of atomic cells, atoms in our body. And when we are breathing in the pure, unbridled, gaseous energy on the plane from the atmosphere and bringing it into our spirit bodies, and our spirit bodies are yoked with our physical body and our ether body, and all of our bodies are aligned, energetic bodies are aligned, they anchor into the physical body, and we grow emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. And we can see the truth as to who we are and what we are doing here at this time. The 88 keys are the 88 constellations, okay, that influence the song, the harmony. This is our lens of perception, and we are rising back into the ultraviolet perceptual reality, which is what we will emanate and create our new reality from. I hope that you found this intriguing, interesting, and enlightening. Have a good day.
Awesome. She's got it. Like she is so right in so many ways. I'm not sure if you heard the crow squawking in the background. So that's what the crow will do. So this is not hell down here. This is stillness. This is ground. This is 0 point energy. The shadow and the hell comes from how big your wave is. How big your wave is, there's a absolute a mirror of what needs to settle down, because you got to go towards a flat 100% calm waveform, right? You got to make little ripples. So this is hell. How big you make these waves is going to be your hell when it comes back. So she's correct in everything except for that portion, but 100% she's on track. This is the macro and the micro, every atom. The eye is another model of the atom, and so is to the earth, and from the micro to the macro, fractal, whatever have you. So that's beautiful. And seeing that the crow's there, and guess what I was going to talk about next? The last slide, folks. Exposing the tricksters. So crows kept coming into my view on this day. They just kept coming over and over, and I actually went outside and helped a toad reach peace as the crow was pecking at him. So I picked him up and moved him out. So this is a massive fire that happened in China, where they stored non-production vehicles that are test vehicles and old test vehicles. And those electric cars started burning. Well, exactly at that time, Algorab, the Raven, for that location, Algorab was over that spot. So was it an insurance deal? Somebody's tricking somebody. Somebody's doing something because it's being exposed, that energy there. So right at that exact moment in time, the location of where that site is at in China, Algorab was exactly overhead. Just showing you that Mother Nature knows exactly how to show us what's happening in the world around us. So thank you so much for joining us.